we have talked about what a shopper trip mission is and why a shopper trip mission is important. So just to recall, a shopper trip mission is the reason why a shopper is visiting the store or the outlet. So let's now take a look at the shopper trip missions across the different channels. So recalling, we have the channels in off-trade, we have the channels in on-trade, and we have the channels in e-commerce. Overall, there are 13 different kind of shopping trip missions. So if we take a look at the off-trade, which is when you're purchasing a product and consuming it or using it elsewhere than where you actually bought it. Then we have the on-trade, where you are consuming or using the product at the place where you also bought it. And then of course we have the e-commerce at the end, where you're buying from an online retail space and then you're getting it afterwards. So let's deep dive into the different kind of shopper trip missions. So the first one we're going to talk about is the off-trade shopper trip missions, or the retail shopper trip missions. The first one we have is the main shop. The main shop basically means when you are going out shopping, and it's basically when you're usually buying for the full week or maybe even for multiple weeks. This is where you go through most of the store to pick out all the products that you need for the full week. Then we have the top up shopper trip missions. So this is when the shopper is just going to top up. This could be maybe once a week or something like that, where you're going to the store just to top up the few ingredients or maybe the products that you don't have or that you ran out of. Then we have the shopper trip mission that's called specific event. Specific event is for instance, if you're going out to buy something for a birthday party or maybe for New Year's or for a birthday present or something like that. So this could be for specific events. So the shopper here is just looking for something very specific and is not looking to buy everyday groceries. Then there's also the mission that's called on the go. On the go is something where you need something very quickly or something easily. For instance, if you just need a beverage right now and you're thirsty, or maybe you just need a lunch very quickly. Maybe you're working and your office don't have a canteen, and then you are going out to the supermarkets to buy something on the go. This would be this kind of shopper trip mission. Again, here you're not looking for specific gifts, or you're not looking to buy canned tomatoes, for instance, because you're just looking for something on the go right now. Then we have the fifth and final shopper trip mission within the off-trade section. Here it's the meal for tonight. This is a shopper trip mission that just concerns when you're going out to the supermarkets or whatever channel you might be using to find something for the meal for tonight. I used the example previously when you're going out to buy some steak, rice and beans, for instance, and this would be an example of just going out to shop for the meal for tonight. Then we have the on-trade shopper trip missions, or the on-premise shopper trip missions. These are the ones where you consume or use the product at the place where you also buy it. So recalling, here we have 4 different kind of shopper trip missions. The first one is called eat. This would usually be at a restaurant where you go out to have some nice dinner. Then there is the one that's called drink. This is when you're looking for a place to be where you are primarily going for a drink or a cafe or something similar. Then there is the entertainment shopping mission. This is when you're looking to find some entertainment, maybe a discotheque or maybe a karaoke or something similar like this, or the movie theaters. And the last shopper trip mission is called travel, and this is when you are on the go, when you are traveling, for instance airport lounges or similar things like this. So these are kind of different shopper trip missions in the on-trade channels. The last one is e-commerce shopper trip missions. Here we have some similar ones as you saw on the off-trade ones, because on the e-commerce you can actually do a lot of the same things that you do in the retail space off-trade. So the first one here is called main shop. This is, again, you can go to your online retail supermarket, for instance, and you can do your whole main shop in there, and there are a lot of people doing that with the rise of the e-commerce retail space. So a lot of people is actually doing the main shop now and not even visiting a supermarket, but actually doing all the shopping online. Then there's the specific event. The specific event is, again, the one where you are buying for something specific. It could be a birthday or could be for a specific date of the year, or just if you're having friends over, for instance. And then there is the gifting. Gifting is special to e-commerce because here you are looking for something where you are gifting away something. So it could be, for instance, a gift package or something very similar. The last shopper trip mission within the e-commerce is called something for tonight, and this is where you have the last mile delivery companies, for instance, like Uber Eats or Just Eat. So they are the ones where you're ordering usually something on an app, and then they will deliver the food immediately. So those were the shopper trip missions across the 3 different channels.